we go back, we go to them, index their collection, and they become like a satellite collection to Area House. Now we are hoping to go into the process of digitization, where we can now digitize these manuscripts and share information. Particularly when we go to the content analysis, then we can share information with scholars and other researchers and policymakers. This is exactly what we are doing, and we hope this is what is now going to determine the relationship we are going to engage with sister institutions. Sabama was actually there. They went and saw our collections, and they are also partaking in the training of personnel, both in the Area House and also in the satellite libraries that have large private collections of Arabic manuscripts. So this is exactly what you do, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. So this is just a quick survey of, giving you some historical sense of all what happened. I see Professor Demeka Beran, who was a member of the high-level contact group that we had created, along with Professor Bin, who was there, and so many of you who are here in the room. We will not go into those details because we don't have much time. It's time for prayer, for those of us who are Muslims. And, but before we do that, I would like to explain this. We are going to split in 3 working groups mainly. The first working group will be staying here in the large briefing room in here. And it will deal, of course, with the presentation, of the different collections, the state, how it's evolving, etc., and what's envisaged for the future for these collections and how they want to go about it. Then in number 2, we have a large group of scholars, librarians, etc., dealing with basically research issues, whether on a critical front or whether on historical analysis, etc. And the third group will deal with strategic issues. What's meant by strategy is how we're going to build this nascent network so that it can become quickly operational, dealing mainly with issues such as capacity building. Number 1, as you know, our capacities are extremely weak throughout the continent, and we hope to be able to contribute in building them, in reinforcing them. Number 2 is to sharing information. As you know, we have several poles in Africa. You have weak poles and strong ones, and you have the intermediary group. I believe that the strong pole with the largest libraries, or those who have the longest experience in manuscript restoration, should pass on that information to the weakest, centers, and also to all these families scattered throughout this vast land of Africa. So I think the third group will have to deal with those strategic issues. In addition to that, in group number 3, we'll deal with the setting up of the formal setting up of AFRILIN, which is the African Learning and Exchange Information Network. That will be specialized mainly on the preservation of manuscripts and how to promote them, and how to build also the bridges that are necessary, not only between African universities and the depositories of large collections of manuscripts, but also with institutions in the diaspora. I have here, this is Ira Revels, Professor Aile Bekeri was not too long still at Cornell University. Now he's at Mekele. He has decided to go from north to south. And you have many scholars like this throughout Africa who are trying to bring their contribution to that. So number 3 will be also finally presenting something like the Charter on the preservation of ancient manuscripts in Africa. This charter is extremely important, and many amongst you contributed, and amongst them, of course, I should name Mr. Paptuma Ndiaye, who has, thanks to his experience, been able to collate all the resolutions, all the discussions, etc., and try to put it, in a more coherent format. So these are the 3 working groups. After we do that, when we come back, you will have, all those lists ready. You will have all the papers in front of the rooms for you to take. For those who are interested in having the addresses, etc., and emails, etc., you will have the opportunity when we circulate the paper to put your emails if you so wish. Yes, that's already done. A place for praying. Kanjit, you wanted to? Let me say it again. I'm sorry, because we were making arrangements for the different rooms where we will convene. The large briefing room will be group 1. It is where we're staying here. Group number 2 will be in caucus room number 5. And group number 3 will be in caucus room number 11. We will, in fact, give you all these papers so that you can, and there will be people to guide you so that you can find easily the rooms. On which side? We will, anyway, sort this out. Once we go for lunch, we're going for lunch here upstairs in the Sheraton room. Once that is done, before we come back, you will receive all these papers, as well as the listing for the rooms where we will be meeting. So, with no further ado, I think I would like to thank you for your attention, and let's reconvene in an hour. Thank you.